Hello loves, this is Keleena. Hey, I am doing a video for the full moon, which is another super moon. It is a blue moon, a blood moon, and it is one of 13 this year. I talked about the fact that there was going to be 13 moons this year versus 12 like there normally is. I talked about that either in my last video of 2017 or my first one of 2018. So this is a very special and significant time with the moon energies that are coming in. So I asked for cards for this moon to come through, and for the energies, but also to feel how it's going to affect you and how you were going to be feeling through this cycle of this moon. And there's some major, I've said this in the beginning, that 2018 is going to be another year of major shifting. It's an 11 year and it's a 2-year, but it's an 11 year that is awakening everyone to the higher sense of awareness, to the higher consciousness. So this moon, and as I confirmed, because I've known all this, I said it in the beginning of 2018, but I also saw my friend Paul had written about the moon, so you can go back and check his, Paul Carey. He just wrote about, I think, it yesterday. I just happened to go through my page, and I don't see his stuff very often, but I saw it yesterday, so it confirmed exactly what I'm bringing in. Some of his is a little more detailed. He actually talks about the how people are going to be feeling under the weather and stuff, which is what I call the ascension flu. But he was saying it was going to be because of the changing of the structures, and I believe because of the DNA and stuff, which I've also talked about in the past as well. So, you know, our cells are changing. Everything's changing inside because as you go through this crystalline process. So I'm going to go on and get started with this. The first card I actually got was, I asked for cards for the moon, and here we go. I got the Moon Cycles card. So, not surprised, this is Haniel, and she says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. But right now, for this full moon, this is huge. This, she just showed me like the heavens parting is what she just showed me with this moon, and I see abundance of energy coming down, okay? Just glitters. I'm just seeing glitters and glitters and glitters of energies coming down. These are going to affect every single soul on the earth. For those of you that are empaths, you're going to feel it a lot more than I think people that aren't empaths. Everybody's going to be affected in some way. Those that are not facing their issues or what you want to call it, your current situations, and letting things go, I believe this is going to address it even more. You've been pushed, and like I said in my last video, some people are, well, they showed me like people being squeezed to let things go, and they're still not letting it go, and they're hanging on to it, and they're getting angry, and they're blaming others for their own stuff because they're not doing their own inner work. There's so many of you out there. I actually have some family members, and know people that have family members that have this going on. They have their anger issues, and they're not letting them go, and they just keep letting them continue in this cycle. It's time to let them go. It's time to face your own interference. Take the responsibility for all your own actions, because you're the one who made the choices, okay? Here we go. I'm just allowing stuff to flow. You made your own choices, all right? This is very important, because when something comes through and you have a thought or creating or making a decision about something, it's your decision, nobody else's. Somebody can give you some guidance on something, and it's only guidance, but you're the one who creates the decision, nobody else. So be responsible for what you decided to do. And if you didn't like the outcome of it, don't blame someone else. It's your own fault, okay? Get in, let it go, clear it, remove it. You're done with it. Move on. It's the past. Move forward, okay? But these moon cycle energies are going to be huge. They're going to be... this is going to be opening this, like, I believe it's a gateway here from what I'm seeing with these energies coming down through, and these, I'm just seeing like sparkles, like diamond sparkle, crystally coming in, and I just saw it enter the body and just like woo, just like they just showed the body go straight out, and these crystals going through the whole body, and it's like magnification, not magnification, it's expansion. I'm saying, okay, expansion, yes, because I'm actually being stretched right now. I have two of my guides here pulling my arms and just holding them onto the sides. I got this big sweater on too that's like really big, but yes, thank you. They're like pulling me, so stretching, maybe stretching us somewhat. Expansion, stretching, expansion, same thing they said. Yes, so you're going to be expanding, you're going to be, there's going to be a whole lot going on with the physical body. So when you feel things happening within the body, and you're going to feel lightheaded at times, you're going to feel light, you're going to feel lighter, you're going to feel dizzy, you're going to drain. You're either going to drain here or you're going to drain here. And some may drain in other places, they just said. So thank you for that. So just know that it's all part of this process for this shift that every single soul is going through, because you have to. Earth is changing, so you have to change with her, okay? So pay attention to this moon. This moon is going to be very important. And if you have the chance to get out there and view her on that night, I believe it's the 31st, because it's the second moon in the month of January. So we had the full moon, I think it was the 3rd, the 2nd or the 3rd, depending on where you were. And then this one is on the 31st. Get out there and get in that energy. And don't forget to put your crystals and charge them that night. Get your crystals outside in that full moon. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one that came up with sensitivity was, again, is Haniel. So she had 2 cards come out. And these are from the angel deck, Doreen Virtue's angel deck, the Archangel Oracle cards. So Haniel has something to say. You're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So that, with everything that's going to be happening with this full moon, and everything that's going to be opening, and everything that's going to be happening to your body, and as you're going to be changing, you're shifting your consciousness, honor yourself, okay? You're going to be extra sensitive. Honor yourself, nurture yourself, get out in nature, do whatever you can, salt baths, do whatever you can to stay in balance, chakra cleansing, balance work, as my friend Paul has said, stone balancing, whatever you can do to center yourself and take yourself into balance. Just centering yourself is so very important, because we're moving into harmony. I talked about that in my first video of the year. I said this is the year that we're starting to move into harmony, unity, community, very important. So nurture yourself, okay? So very important. To do that with these energies. And then the next card I have, and I can't remember the name of this deck because I just got it. This is Nurture. Here we go, Nurture again. Nurture and Self-Care. And this is one person. You see there's one person standing here all by themselves. So whether you're alone or you're with another person or you're with a family, whatever, each person deserves to be nurtured, and each person deserves to nurture themselves. Take the time out for you. It's very important right now. If you don't do that, you're going to get sick. Okay? If you're push, 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 go, 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 and you're constantly making yourself do things that really aren't necessary, things that don't feed the soul. And I just wrote about this. I had a big article, my first article on Ascension Process, article number 1. It was, I said, if it doesn't feed your soul, let it go. Okay, it's not important. It's part of the illusional world. Let it go. Do the stuff that feeds your soul. So nurture yourself right now with the energies and the shifts that are going to be happening. Okay, it's really, really, really important to take care of you. And I want to say this, if you don't take care of you, and for those of you that have someone else in your life or have like children or whatever, or if you're caring for an elderly person, if you don't take care of you and you're down, then who takes care of them? Because I know with having kids myself, I was always by myself. I lived a long time. When I was married, my ex was always traveling. So if I didn't take care of me and I got sick, I got sicker. And this was a long time ago in the very beginning of the marriage. I would get sicker because I didn't have someone to nurture me, because I nurtured everyone else. So I had to turn around and realize that I had to be the most important person in my life to take care of me, because if I got sick, then what was going to happen with the kids? And they're running around and I'm like, eh. So I haven't got sick in years though. I went through a process a long time ago when my kids were really, really little, and thank goodness it's over. And that's a good feeling. So just remember to make yourself number one, all right? Because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of others when you need to? Okay. So the next card I got was Lady Nada. I believe she was in the last reading. And Lady Nada, again, as I said, is the cosmic name for Maria Magdalena. This I feel is not just her, but it's the Magdalena energies that are still coming in, the Sophia, Divine Mother, and Maria Magdalena coming in. That's that feminine balance that has come in, has penetrated the earth again, and has returned to help create the balance between the feminine and masculine that had to happen on the earth because of the patriarchal control system that we are removing. And again, this is very important. These energies coming in, they're also shifting within you. They have to shift within you. Everyone has to be in that balance. It's that union is what it is. It's the union of the two energies coming within your soul to balance you. So we're not all lopsided one way or the other. So again, these energies have come in. They're still penetrating a lot of people. A lot of people are still going to be feeling, those that were more masculine, those that were more of the patriarchal control system, they're being affected by these energies that are coming in. And there are there's a lot of them that are just like, it's starting to shift them, and it's, I want to say it's like itching under their skin, and they're like not knowing how to deal with it a little bit. Guess what? Balance is coming. When we can create the balance, we create the harmony, and harmony is where we want to go, because that creates unity. Okay? This all has to happen. Everything's happening in order. Everything's happening as was planned. This is part of ascension. Okay, so the next one that came up was Purification. All right. And I've been pulling this card for a year now, but Purification, again, this with the moon. Again, purification with the moon because of what's happening. This is like a new process to the purification cycle with this super moon, with this blood moon, blue moon, with this full moon that's coming. This shift that's happening with the energies of it. There's a hair in my eyeball. It's really bothering me. There we go. They're all laughing at me. So the White Tower with the purification, a lot of you are going to feel it. A lot of you are going to feel inside in the physical body. You're going to have changes shifting and happening, because remember, you're being restructured. So don't panic when you start feeling things. This all has to happen for the ascension process. So just relax into it, nurture yourself. Again, salt baths, drink tea, decaf. And I wrote just recently about staying away from certain foods and coffee if you can. The reason I said coffee, whether it's organic or not, coffee is very highly acidic. And cancer is caused by having a highly acidic diet. So there are people I know that drink coffee all day, or they drink soda all day, or are very highly acidic diets. I choose raw vegan just because that works for me. I do like to once in a while I'll throw some vegetables and you know, just stir them around for like a few minutes, but that's it. But that's very rare for me when I do that. But I love soup and raw foods. But watch your diet, and it's not a diet where you're trying to lose weight. It's how you nutritionally feed yourself. The highly acidic foods cause cancer, and our governments know it. So be careful. Watch out for yourself, okay? Because they're not doing it for you. All right? So the purification, not only this happening with this new moon, this new part of purification is coming in with this moon cycle that's coming in and a shift in the body again, but take care of your own purification. That's really, really important. Lots of greens, good water. Go watch some of those water videos on YouTube, people that are testing waters. You'd be really, really disgusted when you see some of the stuff in the water. Even the bottled waters, that the really expensive ones that say they're the cleanest. Take a look. Okay, so the next one is Kuan Yin. Now Kuan Yin, this is the Let It Go card, but I also feel this is a Let It Go, because remember, you're being squeezed to let things go. They just squeezed me when I said that. Thank you, let me go. Thank you. Let it go. This is to continue to let things go that don't matter, okay? If it doesn't feed the soul, let it go. Let these silly things go that you hold on to. Let anger go that you hold on to. Let thoughts go that don't matter. Remember, when we are just being, okay, when you get into meditation and you just be and you're centered and there's no thoughts and it's quiet, the mind is quiet. And I call it, I just had the angels write through me yesterday. It's on my timeline, it's on my Instagram, but they wrote through me how when we just be, when we go in, we quiet the mind and we move into the seat of the soul, we move into the heart, which is the seat of the soul. They said, this is when we quiet the mind. And that's when the thoughts are quiet. There's no thought anymore. It's just stillness. All right? That's where you need to go and just be. But when you have thoughts, that's when the mind or the ego is waking back up. And you begin to have thoughts. So you're creating your thoughts. So if you're just sitting in quiet space and doing nothing, just meditating in the quiet and allowing messages to come in from spirit or source, whichever you would like to say, or your guides, angels, those messages come through and those are fantastic. And then the thoughts can come in. Remember, you're creating your thoughts all the time. You're the one that's creating the thoughts. So if you're in quiet and all of a sudden you start thinking and thoughts are coming in, you're the one who's muddling the mind. All right? It's so peaceful. So peaceful when you meditate and you go into quiet. And you just sit. And you still everything. And there is no thought. And that's where you need to go and just allow the energies of the day to just fall off of you. Just let everything go, because that's where we're actually our true self. When spirit just allows everything to go and you're just in peace and calm and love. So that's where I'm sitting right now, and I was poked in the back to speak. So when you wake up in the morning, you wake up, the first thing you do is you open your eyes. You don't have any thoughts until if you're not using an alarm, until you actually go, oh, what time is it? That's when the thought starts. That's when you've gone back into the mind. So quiet yourself. Let things go. Really, really very important. This moon is letting things go again. Make a list, I want to say. Make a list and burn it with the moon. I did that at one of the workshops. They had a full moon ceremony there. But make your list of all the things you want to let go of. Burn it outside under the moon. Make sure you have the proper things around so you don't drop it in something and start a fire. Because people have done that. Take a little bucket with you or something with water in it and use that. So the next card we got is the Yes card, is Ganesh. So with everything that's happening, with the energies of change that are coming in for the physical body and the change in the mind to move you into the higher awareness or higher consciousness, the higher level that your next level that you will be going through, his card to me means that the obstacles within you and the obstacles that you have created are being removed through this process, the obstacles that come through in thought that you need to let go, the obstacles that are in the body that are being removed from purification. The yes card means that obstacles are being removed. Yes, this is happening. Yes, this is truth. Yes, this is the reality that you're going to be going through now. I'm just listening to him. Yes. Behaviors, patterns, all that stuff is still being wiped away and slashed away and cleaned away and washed away, he's saying. Yes, this is a cycle, a continuous cycle of cleansing and purification for the soul, for the body, for the mind, body, soul. And he just whispered, we create our own realities. But now your reality will shift. As their ascension cycle shifts, this process shifts your soul, yourself, your soul to the heart. It's okay, thank you. It's moving us to heart space. So it's taking us out of mind, moving us to heart, which I've been talking about for years. That's the whole thing that I always talk about. And like my sister Claire said, she said, Keleena, your work is where you take people from their deepest fears and you move them into love. So it's what I do. I take you out of the fears. The fears are in the ego, and I move you into heart space, because that's what I call Sacred Heart Ascension, because that's what we're doing. That's what I personally call it. People can call it whatever they wish, but that's, with my guides, that's what they've told me that I refer to it as. And I like that. Okay, so the next card was Archangel Michael. You can do it. Don't think... He's behind me. Don't think that you can't go through this next step, because a lot of you are going to be like, oh no, another purification. It has to happen, okay? You can do this. You've done it before. It's continuing. You can handle it. It's okay. This is all part of this process. You can't go backwards, he's saying. It's not possible. Everyone has to go forward. Now, you can do this, he's saying. You have the choice to hold yourself back if you wish to, but it wouldn't benefit you, he's saying. He said it would not benefit you. So you can do this. Stand in your strengths. And he wants you to stand in your power and your beliefs. Here we go again. I think this was in the last video, but this keeps coming up. It's time for you to stand in your beliefs. It's time for you to take back your own power, okay? Meaning the power, removing these belief systems that have been placed upon us all our life through either from childhood or whatever. Also the belief systems, all the government control, all that stuff. It's time for us to take back our power. It's time for the collective to take back their power, for all of us in unity. It's time for everyone to stand in your beliefs, to take back your power, to no longer conform. That's been the biggest problem the whole time. Conformity is gray. Are you going to be the person that's wearing the red dress, or the blue suit, or all the other ones that are wearing gray? It's up to you. Thank you, Michael. He just said red and blue kachina. I'm not even going to talk about that. Okay, so the next part of that was Goddess Kali, endings and beginnings. Here we go. So this kind of fits in with all of these. The old must be released so the new can enter. And again, I think this was something like this was in the last video, because we're continuing this. You have to release the old to bring in the new. You have to create the void within you so that the new can come in. You have to have that void. So you're releasing all the patterns and belief systems and all of the things that have been placed upon you. Those templates, everything have to be released. You have to let go of all of those things to create a void within you so that you can allow the new to come in. So that you can allow the restructuring, they're saying, to take place. It's going to be a highly energetic level. They're saying there's a shifting in energies. And this cycle and this vibration. And they're calling it a sequence. And in this sequence. Te meo to orontoa. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, hold on. I've got some light language coming in. Okay, let's see what I got. Torotomiana arokushutotoyana asatatatoyanina ma aya o okotoroto isitana shotoro motoyamia ya arakotoa. Aranteme. Me toa kira toa asototo oyentea. Ushotoromotoa. Sometimes it gets so high. Oh, I always get high from that. Okay, next. Okay, so here we've got Ostara, and I believe we got fertility in the last reading that I did when I was out in the mountains. Here we go again, fertility. It's the time for you to, it's the perfect time for you to start new projects and access new ideas and give birth to new conditions. But I feel like this is, we planted seeds last year. It was a 1-year manifestation, and this is the year that you're like the fertilizing them, you're watering, and they're keeping the growth cycle. So this is the time for you to be focusing on projects that you started, or focusing on creating new projects, but focus on it. Okay, put your focus on it. Remember, where you focus your energy, things develop, things bloom. So if you have new projects that you were working on, or projects that you started last year, and you want to see them be successful, it is very important. It's the time to start focusing on them. Okay, focus, focus, focus. Fertility, fertilization helps things grow. Okay. This is also, I believe, for the card for pregnancy, but I don't feel that's what it's saying. Not every other is going to get pregnant, okay? This is, for me, what I'm seeing right now is they're showing me a plant growing, so it's coming up and it's got a leaf. Okay, so it's the growth is continuing, but it's the best time right now for you to focus on new projects, new ideas. If you have ideas coming in, focus on them and put your energy into that, because where you put your energy, that's where things happen. Okay, there you go. And the last one I got here is Cordelia, go outside. Very important to get in nature. Her card says you've been indoors too long, go outside and get some fresh air. So for those of you in the northern hemisphere where it's cold, like I've been, it's been cold, but I've been managing to get outside. I've been in the mountains a lot, working off the grid, so I haven't been available. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is not too good out there. I can barely get it. Get into nature, get your feet on the ground, get your hands on a tree, lean on a tree, whatever you can do, and reconnect with Mother Nature, reconnect with the Mother, okay? Very important to balance your energies. It helps clear the chakras, it helps clear things that you have going on in your life. That also is a process. So now I have the card, which I've been pulling these Druid cards. Julian pulled them once before. I think I pulled the seal last time, or maybe this one in the beginning of the year, but this is the Druid Animal Oracle deck that I've gotten the stag again, okay? Now, I've been seeing stags visually, real stags, since September. And when I was out in Colorado, I was seeing them every single day with Todd. We were seeing them every single day. We were like, what the heck? And I even saw them here where I live, where it's very rare to see a stag here. You don't normally see them here. It came right out in the middle of the road, stopped in front of my car. I slammed on the brakes, and the stag stopped, and it just turned, and it was very majestic, and it looked right at me. And I was like, thank you for stopping. And it turned, and it walked off the road as slow as it could. And I was just like, oh, well, aren't we noble? but I knew it was a divine message for me. So the stag has come up again, and the stag is connected to the goddess energy as well. Just like I said, the Magdalena energies are here, bringing in the balance, but the stag is also the connection to the earth, and the antlers are the connection to the higher consciousness. So this grounds us, but also takes us here, and we have to balance within the middle. So that's what this whole, I believe this whole process is that we're going through, and with this change, with this moon cycle that's coming in, is helping us to do, to be able to shift out of those lower dense energies, to be able to connect to the higher self, connect to the higher awareness and that higher consciousness, and stay there, but also be grounded at the same time. And again, and the stag is also the symbol of purification. Once again, purification. So I want you to, when I pull these cards, I want you to do meditation and call in the sacred animal, call in the sacred stag, and ask the stag to show you what you need to see, be, do, or know. That's what I do at my crystal altar every day. When I go into my meditation, I ask my guides every day to please show me what I need to see, be, do, or know, and know. And that's where I get my answers from. So I just want to read the stag really quick. They called the stag, I think it says Dav, pronunciation Dav. The Druids pronounced it, but it's also keywords for it are pride, independence, and purification. It brings grace, majesty, and integrity. And if you ever feel vulnerable or under scrutiny, attuning to the stag and asking for the protection of his spirit will bring you calmness, strength, and dignity. He will also help you to gain and maintain independence. Okay, and that's what we're trying to create, an independence from this whole system that we've been stuck in. In Ogham, the Druid language of the sacred trees, the stag is related to the birch tree and the number 1. Okay, so here we are. This is an 11-year number 1s, which is linked to the blessing of beginnings. It is auspicious to draw this card when considering new projects. There we go, new projects. Here we go again. That has come up twice. Now we've got 2 things on there. We have we have more. We have the goddess, we have purification, and we've got projects. The stag's connection with fertility, okay, the fertility card, and sexuality signifies that you will bring dignity, grace, power, and integrity to your sexual life. Well, but I also feel like that means that you're going to be bringing that balance of the 2 energies in as well, is what I feel, because also the stag is the representation of the balance of being ground to earth, but also being connected to the heavens. Okay, so all of these fit together beautifully. Everything actually comes forward in this. And I did pull a card for the power of love. I don't know where I put it, but it was the past. And it was just, to me, what that is the reminder of is that the past is the past. You have to let that stuff go. And don't focus on the past anymore, so that you can actually move forward and live in the present moment. Okay, so don't focus on the past or the future. Live in the moment, live from the heart. We're moving out of the false ego identity, that belief system that everything has been placed on for years and years and years and years. And we're moving into heart space where we should have always been. And the divine feminine energies of the Magdalene, of Sophia, Divine Mother, and Maria or the 3 of them, which I call them the Trinity of the Mothers, are moving us into that sacred heart space, so that we can balance that masculine energy. And as I've said before, all of us have lived many times. All of us have participated in that patriarchal control energy. Don't think that you didn't if you're a woman in this lifetime, because every single person has participated in expanding that patriarchal control. But we've also been in the matriarchal times as well. So it's just now that we have to actually bring them both in together to work together and be in unity. Harmony, unity, community. This is where we're going. Okay? All right. That's it. So happy full moon, happy super moon, happy blue moon, happy blood moon. Enjoy the cycle, and I wish you all to be well. I love you all.